Did people really believe the Earth was flat? Few historical notions are as frequently reiterated and as erroneous as the assertion that the majority of people once believed the Earth was spherical. It is featured in educational lessons, animated series, social media content, and documentaries, frequently employed as a succinct way to demonstrate the presumed ignorance of the past. The narrative typically unfolds as follows. Before the advent of modern science, individuals believed the Earth to be a flat disk until courageous thinkers questioned this notion and uncovered the truth. The actuality, however, is considerably more intricate and considerably more intriguing. Did individuals genuinely hold the belief that the Earth was flat? The response is affirmative. Some did, but not in the manner most individuals assume, and not throughout the majority of history. In fact, for more than 2 millennia, scholarly societies worldwide recognized that the Earth is spherical. The common misconception that medieval individuals believed the Earth was flat is a contemporary myth, not a historically accurate fact. Ancient human cosmological concepts. In the earliest civilizations of humanity, interpretations of the world were influenced by mythology, religion, and limited observational instruments. Many early civilizations envisioned the Earth as flat, frequently encircled by water or concealed beneath a dome-shaped sky. In ancient Mesopotamia, for instance, the Earth was frequently depicted as a flat expanse submerged within a cosmic ocean. Comparable concepts emerged in the ancient Egyptian, Norse, and Hebrew cosmologies. These descriptions were not scientific models in the contemporary sense. They were symbolic structures intended to elucidate existence, divine order, and humanity's role within the universe. Importantly, these concepts were not founded on systematic measurement or empirical investigation. They represented cultural narratives rather than conclusions derived from astronomy or mathematics. As civilizations advanced in their development of sophisticated instruments for astronomical observation, these initial models began to evolve. The ancient Greeks and the origins of a spherical Earth. The earliest well-founded and logical arguments supporting a spherical Earth originated in ancient Greece, commencing approximately in the 6th century BCE. Greek philosophers pursued natural explanations for the world rather than mythological ones, and they emphasized careful observation and logical reasoning. Pythagoras is frequently attributed with the hypothesis of a spherical Earth, presumably for philosophical reasons associated with symmetry and perfection. Nevertheless, it was Aristotle in the 4th century BCE who furnished tangible empirical evidence. Aristotle observed several essential points. During lunar eclipses, the Earth projects a circular shadow onto the moon. Ships departing from view vanish hull first, rather than all at once. Various constellations are observable at different latitudes, demonstrating a curved surface. These observations cannot be accounted for by a spherical Earth model. Aristotle's arguments were compelling and gained broad acceptance. Perhaps the most remarkable accomplishment was achieved by Eratosthenes, a Greek mathematician who lived in the 3rd century BCE. By analyzing the angle of the sun's beams in 2 distinct cities simultaneously, he determined the Earth's circumference with remarkable precision, deviating only a few percentage points from contemporary measurements. At this stage in history, the Earth's spherical form was no longer subject to conjecture. It was a widely recognized fact. Rome, the Islamic world, and the preservation of knowledge. The Roman Empire inherited Greek scientific knowledge, including the concept of a spherical Earth. Roman scholars, geographers, and engineers operated under the assumption of a spherical Earth model as fact. This knowledge persisted beyond the collapse of Rome. During the Islamic Golden Age, approximately from the 8th to the 14th centuries, scholars preserved, translated, and built upon Greek scientific manuscripts. Muslim astronomers enhanced the precision of Earth's measurements, investigated latitude and longitude, and employed spherical geometry for navigation and determining prayer direction. These academics did not engage in a debate regarding the Earth's flatness. They discussed the size of it, its movement, and methods to map it more precisely. The Middle Ages, distinguishing fact from fiction. Contrary to widespread misconception, medieval Europeans generally did not hold the belief that the Earth was flat. Educated individuals, including clergy, scholars, and navigators, regarded the spherical nature of the Earth as a fact. Medieval universities imparted knowledge of astronomy, grounded in ancient Greek paradigms, Textbooks characterize the Earth as spherical. Religious scholars such as Thomas Aquinas and Augustine recognize the Earth's form without dispute. Even literary works, such as Dante's Divine Comedy, explicitly portray a spherical Earth with gravity directed toward its center. The notion that medieval individuals held a belief in a flat Earth is predominantly a fiction fabricated during the 19th century. Authors of that period, especially during discussions concerning science and religion, tended to overstate the illiteracy of previous eras in order to portray modern science as a victorious force over superstition. Christopher Columbus and the myth of the flat Earth. One of the most enduring misconceptions pertains to Christopher Columbus. The prevailing narrative asserts that Columbus needed to persuade skeptical Europeans of the Earth's roundness prior to undertaking his westward voyage. This statement is incorrect. Columbus's detractors did not contend that he would descend off the edge of the world. They contended that Asia was significantly farther than Columbus had estimated, which was accurate. Columbus misjudged the Earth's dimensions and exaggerated the extent of East Asia. Had the Americas not existed, unknown to Europeans at that time, his voyage would likely have been unsuccessful. The discussion centered on the issue of distance rather than form. Who truly believed the Earth was flat? Although flat Earth beliefs were present in early history, they never held dominance within scientifically literate societies following antiquity. Throughout history, only a few isolated intellectuals have advocated for a flat Earth, but they were marginal figures and not representatives of prevailing scientific consensus. Ironically, the belief in a flat Earth has experienced a resurgence in the contemporary era. Despite the availability of satellite technology, global navigation systems, and space exploration, small communities today dismiss substantial scientific evidence in favor of conspiracy-oriented explanations. This highlights a significant consideration. Belief in a flat Earth does not indicate a lack of scientific understanding. It frequently stems from skepticism towards institutions, misconceptions about science, or psychological reassurance derived from contrarian beliefs. Reasons for the persistence of the flat Earth myth. The notion that everyone once believed the Earth was flat endures because it supports a straightforward narrative. It enables contemporary individuals to perceive themselves as intellectually superior to those of the past, and reinforces the idea that progress follows a linear trajectory from ignorance to enlightenment. History, nonetheless, is not a straightforward matter. Knowledge progresses at unequal rates. Certain truths are identified at an early stage, subsequently ignored, later rediscovered, and ultimately refined. The spherical shape of the Earth exemplifies how primordial reasoning can be both sophisticated and enduring. The authentic lesson. The true lesson of the flat Earth question is not related to derision or a sense of superiority. It pertains to humility. Ancient scholars arrived at significant conclusions despite possessing limited instruments. Medieval scholars preserved and disseminated intricate scientific concepts. Contemporary societies, notwithstanding their extensive knowledge, remain susceptible to misinformation. Comprehending history with accuracy enables us to acknowledge that science extends beyond mere technology. It encompasses observation, reasoning, and a readiness to pursue evidence wherever it may lead. Did individuals genuinely hold the belief that the Earth was flat? Yes, historically and within restricted circumstances. No, not for the majority of recorded history, and certainly not during the Middle Ages, as it is often depicted. The spherical nature of the Earth has been recognized for more than 2 millennia, predating the advent of satellites and space exploration. The continued belief in the flat Earth myth reflects more on the way stories are constructed to align with contemporary narratives than on historical accuracy. Truth, as demonstrated by history, frequently endures beyond the duration of the falsehoods associated with it. If you found this comprehensive analysis of historical misconceptions informative and wish to see more in-depth discussions of this nature, please like the article, subscribe for upcoming content, and leave a comment indicating which historical fallacy you would like to see examined next.